Hello, welcome back to Dr. John Pellegrino's lab. My name is Paul Canny, and right now I'm going to take you through our roll-to-roll machine. I'm going to show you the technical aspects as well as sort of break down the electrical components and show you what's what with our roll-to-roll machine. So right off the bat, as you can see in there, we have two nip rollers, and these apply the contact force of giving our pressure so that we can imprint into our membrane material, and those are both backed up by a larger backup roller. These rollers are turned with a gear and a crankshaft, which is then coupled into a stepper motor, similar to what we have on the mill machine. However, this stepper motor goes through a planetary gear drive as well as has a gear ratio on its chain belt, and what we end up getting out is a 5-to-1 gear ratio overall. And so this just slows down the motor a little bit and allows us to get really precise control as well as high torques, because when these pressures are loaded, they do require a high torque in order to spin them. Next up, in order to give us a high heat, what we have here is a heating plate. This has a large, I don't know if you can see that under there, but it has a large electrical resistance heater, which applies the necessary heat in order to warm up our materials to glass transition temperature. Finally, what we have going on up here, this is a gas pressure valve similar to what we have on our mill machine. So you put a high pressure gas into here, and what it does is actuates down on these guys, and these are pneumatic pistons, and those apply a very high force, which ends up squeezing these rollers together and applying that nip force. So those are basically all of our components. Not a whole lot complexity going here, but a lot of high precision machining necessary, as well as heavy duty rollers and machine. So now these are wired up to electrical components here. This is our electrical box for the roll-to-roll machine. So let me pop the top off that. What's going on in here is, first up, we have a power supply. This is plugged into a wall outlet, and it's got a big fuse in here so that if we start to draw too much current, the fuse will blow before any of our components do. From here, our power supply is used to drive this guy. This is actually a Fuji electric, and what it does is regulates our temperature. So you can select any sort of temperature on here in Fahrenheit. We get up to about 200, 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And what it'll do is it'll take measurements. We have an embedded thermocouple wire here. It'll take thermocouple wire measurements, and then it'll regulate the supply of voltage to our resistance heater as necessary so that we maintain a similar heat. Additionally, we have a stepper motor driver here. This is an M542 stepper motor driver, and what it does is applies micro steps and controls the movement of our stepper motor. So that's basically what's going on with our roll-to-roll machine, and yeah, look forward to more.